everybody. Thank you for being here for our Black History Month welcome. The African continent is now recognized as the birthplace of all humankind. African American history does predate slavery, but we are here today to celebrate the history that started with the American slave trade and continued through the oppressive Jim Crow era, and further with commonplace discrimination and systemic racism that was ingrained in American institutions such as education, banking, and our court system. However, out of these brutal and shameful origins, a remarkably resilient and vibrant culture was birthed. I am pleased to be here with you today to celebrate this culture, to celebrate the people, the places, and the achievements in Black history that our current generation is blessed to be a beneficiary of. Crystal Good is hard to put into just one box. She prefers artist, advocate, and entrepreneur. She is a member of the Afro-Latin American Poets, a group of writers and artists whose creations and existence combat the erasure of African American identity in the Appalachian region. An Irene McKinney scholar and the author of Valley Girl. She is the founder and CEO of Mixed Media, a government relations consulting firm that leverages social and media engagement strategies for mission-driven organizations. Crystal hosts the completely made-up but totally real office of Social Media Senator for Digital District of West Virginia, whose platform encourages digital and political literacy. Visit Crystal on Twitter at @CGoodWoman. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Crystal Good.
Thank you, Director Umsley. It's my pleasure to be here today with you all, representing my poet identity. I left the senator at home for today. I just wanted to start off by saying that, you know, when I think of Black History Month, and I think of West Virginia, I'm aware and reminded that the opioid epidemic is hitting Black America hard. And what we don't talk about enough is this evolving and deadly drug crisis is affecting Black West Virginians too. And so I'd like to begin my presentation with an adaptation of the very famous poet by Langston Hughes, I Too. So as we remember that the deadly drug crisis is affecting Black West Virginians too, I too sing West Virginia, America. I am the lighter sister they send me to the kitchen to eat when my blackness becomes uncomfortable for company. But I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am West Virginia, America. I too am West Virginia, America. And ladies and gentlemen, we are at ground zero for the epidemic. So I want to offer a poem of hope for the ones coming out of the madness and out of almost hell and back to heaven, back to almost heaven. This is for the mountain mamas. Don't give up. Come on, mama, because West Virginia starts with we and we stay sober. All right now. They call you a Facebook mom. They call you a piece of trash. They say you just can't do right again and again. They say you don't care enough, not even for your kids. And your kids don't even call you mama. Hold on, mama. Hold on. I'm going to dually you through this long labor. This is recovery labor. And we're going to go all natural. We're going to feel all the pain in this labor because we're going to feel all the joy on the other side. This is where you birth yourself, mama. Come on, mama. Born, mama. This is recovery labor, but mama, you gotta breathe. You gotta blow out all that resentment and you gotta breathe in all that gratitude. You gotta breathe, mama. Blow out all that resentment and breathe in all that gratitude. For every hand that has helped feed you love and kindness, for every hand that is cared for you and yours. You got to do it now. You got to say thank you. Thank you. Be thankful. You're going to make it, Mama. You're going to make it, Mama. Oh, yes, Mama. I know all about your sister, your baby's daddy, your ex, your cousin, your best friend, that manager you had on your job, your first and last CPS worker. Oh, yeah, I know about all them. I know you got a justified resentment. And I know it will sure enough kill you dead, Mama. It's too heavy, Mama. You got to put it down, Mama, and breathe. You got to blow out all that resentment, and you got to breathe in all that gratitude. You got to blow out all that resentment and breathe in all that gratitude. There's plenty of air over here, Mama. It's cleaner over here, here. Don't give up, Mama. Don't give up. Don't give up on you, Mama, because you is all you got. And as long as you keep taking your steps one day at a time, west by God, Mountain Mama. By God, Mountain Mama. Come on, Mountain Mama. You're going to get over that mountain. I know it hurts. I know it hurts to face the past, the truth of who you had become, but I'm here to tell you, Mama, don't give up. Don't give up, because you're becoming something new every sober day. You got to clean up your side of the street, Mama. That's all you can do. Every sober day, you're becoming something new. You're becoming a mama, a mountain mama your children can trust, breaking generational curses of addiction, poverty, even if that's just your thinking, Mama. Breaking the patterns that tell you you're not good enough. Hold on, Mama. Hold on. Don't give up before the miracle. Come on, Mama. Because West Virginia starts with we, and we stay sober. And that includes you too, Mount Papa. Yeah, you absentee dads. Or what they say about you, deadbeat. Don't give up, Daddy. Don't give up. Come on now. Come on now. West Virginia starts with we, and we stay sober. Come on now. West Virginia starts with we, and we stay sober. Thank you.
Wow, that was outstanding. Thank you, Crystal. So the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs has a very active and engaged advisory board. And we are fortunate to have one of our advisory board members here who is going to deliver some remarks. We also have another advisory board member who is not going to deliver remarks, so I would like to acknowledge you, Madam Frazee. But Janine Bullock is the City Councilwoman for Ward 5 in the city of Beckley. She retired in 2016 from the Federal Correctional Institution, Beckley, Beaver, West Virginia, as unit manager. She also serves on the Education Committee on the Beckley Chamber of Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Janine Bullock. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Director Jill Upson. It's so good to be here today, and thank you for asking me to be on the program for this morning. But to think about Black history, our history dates back to Africa. We have contributed many inventions to the United States of America. If you took all the inventions out of America, there would be no inventions here. Our history has had an integral part on American history. We must continue to reflect on the trailblazers for paving the way for us today and tomorrow. We desire for other races to come and celebrate with us. Black History Month is not only for the African American race, but for all of us to come together in remembrance of our past and for our future. We have to continue to keep the memories which were passed down by our parents and our grandparents about slavery, about the lynchings, about the Jim Crow laws, the beatings, the civil rights movement, the Harlem Renaissance, the voting rights, the fair housing rights, and etc. This is also an opportunity for us all to come together to sing some of those old Negro spirituals. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, and still away to Jesus. And nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows but Jesus. And I'm going to lay down my burdens by the riverside. We always come together a lot of times during this time of year to sing the Negro National Anthem by James Weldon Johnson. It was written as a poem, but then it was written by his brother. The music was written by his brother, Jay Johnson. And Lift Every Voice and Sing, which all of us know that song. And we come together during this time of the year to celebrate Black history. We know that Black history was created in 1929 by Carter G. Woodson, and it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln, February 12th, and then Frederick Douglass on February the 14th. So I've got a little poem too that I want to read to you that I wrote, and I hope you enjoyed it. 90 years ago, still the story untold. Have this been a dream or a nightmare, making us stand in awe and stare? Martin's dream should have stared our heart. No, it has torn us apart. Have we really seen God's glory? You better continue to tell the story. Our children have gone astray, not knowing the way. Disrespect, pants sagging, education lagging. Integration hurt us in the classroom, so our students would not bloom. Black school teachers in education were concerned about students' manifestation. Boys and girls do not know who they are. What has happened to this generation thus far? No morals or values? What went wrong? Men and women who were strong. Who has happened? What has happened to I am black and proud? We look at each other with a shroud. Blacks are the highest number in prison. What is the reason? Is this some form of treason? Other movements cannot compare to the stories we have to share. Chains, dogs, hoses in jail, or somewhere on the auction block for sale. What a miserable life our ancestors endured, but God had them and us secured. Martin or Michael was his name. Did he really have fame? Born January 1929, how did he survive? Atlanta, Georgia, was he born? Although KKK had him torn. He liked Coretta Scott. Soon thereafter, they tied the knot. Parents of four, Martin, Bernice, Yolanda, and Dexter, the children opened a nonviolence door. He organized civil rights in 1955, although he knew hatred was alive. He organized the Montgomery boycott bus and advised the people to not make a fuss. A powerful orator was he. He gained popularity for all to see. March on Washington in 1963, most of the reviewers watched on TV. He had a doctorate in theology and was able to spread God's word freely. Was the Emancipation Proclamation a beacon of hope, or did it tell Negroes, you cannot cope? God would make the valley exhausted, sinners halted, crooked places made straight because God will be at the gate. Do not continue to walk in despair. There is a great day coming in heaven up there. The glory of the Lord will be revealed. Some of it has been sealed. This is our hope, that we will be able to cope. All men created equal, oh well, yes, all in the Garden of Eden. Martin assassinated in Memphis in 1968. Were you asleep or were you awake? I will not be singing, my country, 'tis of thee. I will be singing, hallelujah, I am free, it is Jesus and me. We will be free when all God's children pray and the demons will stray. Redeemed by Jesus, the blood of the Lamb, whom others tried to slam. In the morning when I rise, I will see Jesus in the skies. Jesus will come when the trumpets sound, when we march heavenly bound. I have been to Alaska and the glaciers so blue. knowing God will always be true. I have witnessed where the Pacific and the Atlantic meet. When we see Jesus in heaven, all will greet. I have seen the highest mountains in Italy, where the marbles lie, where it's set like God and an eagle's eye. I have been to Pisa, and I have seen the Leaning Tower, but God, you have all the power. I have been to the Vatican and Chapel of Sistine, where Michelangelo painted upside down and the art being king. I was baptized in the Jordan River and observed the Dead Sea with a shiver. I could not believe nothing lived in the waters. Jesus will cast demons in the slaughter. I do not know about you, but there are 12 gates in the north, 12 gates in the south, 12 gates in the east, and 12 gates in the west. Martin said he had seen the promised land, and this is where we will all take our rest. Thank you again, Jill Hobson, the Executive Director of the Herbert Henderson Office of the Minority Affairs. This woman here is a powerful woman. I am so glad that our paths have met, and she is busy, busy, busy. And I just want to thank you again. Thank you.
So now you all see why I'm so excited about our advisory board members. They are all fantastic. Thank you again. So the governor really wanted to be here today, but could not due to his hectic schedule. So he did provide us with this proclamation, which I will read. Whereas West Virginia has been home to some of the country's most influential African American scholars and leaders, and whereas Dr. Carter G. Woodson taught high school in Winona, West Virginia, was principal of Douglas High School in Huntington, West Virginia, served as academic dean at West Virginia Collegiate Institute, now West Virginia State University, and founded what is today's Black History Month. And whereas Dr. Leon Sullivan, born October 16, 1922 in Charleston, West Virginia, was the first African American member of the board of directors at the General Motors Corporation, and his Sullivan principles played a key role in the downfall of apartheid. And whereas Booker T. Washington, raised in Malden, West Virginia, founded Alabama's Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute in 1881, and was the foremost Black educator of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And whereas Henry Louis Gates, born in Piedmont, West Virginia in 1950, is a renowned scholar and educator, literary critic and writer. And whereas the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs was established in 2012 by the West Virginia Legislature, and whereas Black History Month is a time set aside to reflect on the achievements of the African American community and recognize and honor these contributions, now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Jim Justice, Governor of the great state of West Virginia, do hereby proclaim February 2020 as Black History Month in the Mountain State, and encourage all citizens to recognize the many contributions made by African Americans in West Virginia and the nation. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the state of West Virginia to be affixed. Done at the capital city of Charleston, state of West Virginia, this the 2nd day of January in the year of our Lord, 2020, and in the 157th year of the state. Signed, Jim Justice, Governor. So we are very fortunate today to be able to receive a double dose of our Senator of the Digital District of West Virginia, who's wearing her poet hat today. Please welcome back Ms. Crystal Good.
In the tradition of African American call and response, I'm going to need you all to repeat after me, okay? Swing, batter, 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 swing.
Swing, batter, 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 swing.
Not too bad. You're going to get a chance to practice again. So I'm going to tell you a little story about my t-shirt today, okay? The Slab Fork Aces. Has anybody ever heard of Slab Fork Aces? Okay, great. I love sharing which is really old, it's history. So one day I was sitting in front of Taylor Books, and Governor Gaston Caperton, one of our former esteemed governors of the state of West Virginia, was walking in. He said, "Hey, what do you know about Slab Fork?" And I said, "Hey, let me sit down, let me tell you about it." And I proceeded to tell him this story right here. I said, "Governor," I said, "West Virginia's history is known for the swing of a pick, but it was the swing of a bat that connected coalfield communities during a time when America was segregated." I said, "Governor, let's go back to 1930s, right? When the law dictated that all aspects of black folks' lives, where we could live and work, the law segregated everything from schools to parks to theaters to pools to cemeteries. Everything was segregated, and that included our coal mining communities." I said, "Governor, America has forgotten the black miner. Not black by the dust on his skin, but the nectar of the melanin he was born in. America has forgotten this, one of our greatest heroes, the black miner." And if I had foresight then, I would have said, "Governor, but today we will not forget. We will not forget this day, this celebration of blackness, the black miner. In this occasion that was named after the Huntington, West Virginia native, the father of black history, Carter G. Woodson. We will not forget the soul of coal." I said, "Governor, let's go back to 1930. In the era of segregation, where there was hard labor, there too was a common love by all, and it was for baseball. Baseball, the sport that black and white and immigrant loved, and everyone participated in by playing on the field or coming to games or contributing a little bit of money. And it was in West Virginia that legends, baseball legends, were made in the coal fields. The soul of coal. They mined, they played, they mined, they played 40 hours or more a week underground, only to emerge and play 4 or more games a week. Under names like the Raleigh Clippers, the Slab Fork Indians, the Slab Fork Aces, the New River Giants, and places like Holden, Kimberly, Kyle, Omar, Scarborough. They played, they mined, they played, they mined, 40 hours or more underground, only to emerge and play 4 games or more a week. The soul of coal, the greatest American heroes. I said to the governor, I said, "What do you know about Slab Fork?" And he said, "Well, my granddaddy owned the mines and started the town." So I figured then, to the good Governor Gaston Caperton, we had a wonderful conversation about the history of coalfield baseball and excited about its possibilities in terms of West Virginia humanities and all the discoveries of our education system and schools to find this piece of history that united so many West Virginians. And I want to take just a minute to remember one of the great players in this Black History Month celebration, Clint the Hawk Thomas. He didn't mine coal, but he took care of the mines right here in this building that made the laws. He never got the recognition he deserved when he was playing because in the 1920s and 30s, black baseball players were not celebrated outside of their communities. And Mr. Clint the Hawk Thomas wasn't a boastful man. During the 40 years that he worked in this building, he made coffee for the legislators. He supervised the messages for the Senate. He hired janitors, and all the while nobody suspected that once upon a time he was one of the greatest professional American baseball players. He had an extraordinary ability, 4,000 hits in 19 years, one of 25 blacks originally nominated to the Baseball Hall of Fame. They called him the Black Joe DiMaggio. He walked these halls, doing his job. Nobody knew his life, his legacy, until his cover was blown in an article. And then a press man stepped up to the plate and organized a celebration just before his passing in December 1990. Clint the Hawk Thomas walked these halls where we stand today in the West Virginia State House. In this state, ladies and gentlemen, is full of men and women yet to be honored. Their stories waiting to be told. What you know about black diamonds, black diamonds, black diamonds? Hey, 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 hey. Well, what you know about soul? What you know about coal? What you know about the Slab Fork Aces? Swing that swing. What you know about the pressure of the earth turning soil to coal, coal to diamonds? Swing, batter, 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 swing. They say millions and millions of years of pressure formed diamonds. In colors black, pink, yellow, green, first, second, third, home. Today this pressure forms black diamonds. From blood, from sweat, from love. What you know about black diamonds? Swing, batter, 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 swing. The jewels of Appalachia, this special breed, this diamond forming diamonds, compacted of tears of love, of human slavery, of the company's store, we're sorry for your loss, of black loan. This, our history is scattered, you have to find it in poems called Black Diamonds, Black Diamonds. In pages where black ink fades until somebody digs, and some brave heart will always hear the call from deep inside the earth, so that millions and millions of years from now, they will hold up and marvel at our diamonds. What you know about black diamonds? What you know about slave fork? Swing, batter, 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 swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. So Black History Month is an opportunity for each and every one of us to recognize the contributions of African Americans. We are blessed with this time to remember and to learn from the past, which can allow us to join together in creating a brighter pathway ahead for all West Virginians. So please stop on your way out and grab one of HHOMA's Black History Month calendars for 2020. Follow us and like us on Facebook and Twitter at WBHHOMA. And happy Black History Month. Thank you so much for being here today.
She comes like, oh, that feels close.